keeps control for Thompson. Pass receiving's wide open underneath in the basket. Great pass.
Backs down, now kicks out, up top to the left side, Caden Dahl. Dahl hesitates, then takes the three and knocks it home good. Dahl to get the turn. Carr trying to keep those legs underneath, then Cassette gets him down, and there's the pin.
Rebounded by Kendra Severson. Severson, here comes Bevins back the other way. Bevins, little contact, roll it in, good for Elena Bevins, and we're tied.
Through and Zeller with an excuse me bump, and here goes Semp for takeoff.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Thursday evening, and welcome to the final day of the 2024 North Dakota Division A Region 1 Boys Basketball Tournament here from the Shield Center. I'm Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes. Welcome to our pregame show brought to you in part by
pregame show here today. It's game number one of two.
Go to IRInsurance.com to get it. They cover it all from home, auto, commercial, crop, and benefits insurance. Go to IRInsurance.com to get a free quote started today. Let's take a look at how we got to this point for both of the clubs. For the Central Cass Squirrels, a 65-49 win over Northern Cass in the quarterfinals, and a 8-point loss against the Kindred Vikings back 48 hours ago, 57-49. While for the Valley City Highlanders, a 10-point win over Lisbon, 70-60. Then a 3-point loss at the helm of the Wahpeton Huskies, 47-44. Winner of this contest will make their way to a state qualifying game that'll be at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. We'll have all 4 games for you in the state qualifiers from the eastern side of the state, 2 Division A, 2 Division B on yourliveevent.com. But winner of this game will play at 3 o'clock on Saturday against the Region 2 runner-up of either Grafton or Devils Lake. The loser of this game, their season comes to a close. And a reminder, tonight we will have Kindred and Wahpeton in the championship, followed by the All-Region Team Senior Athlete Coach of the Year. That and more still to come. This is our pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, dive into our matchup a little bit more. We'll get to our coaches' conversation. Our keys to victory brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. That and more still to come on yourliveevent.com. At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator. Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has brought in to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
Hey growers, when working on your water management solutions, call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As much as you have accomplished, there are times you'd rather not go it alone. While you determine what direction you go, we're here to help along the way. So go. Go with community. Go with neighbors. Go with understanding. Go with support.
As we continue on our pregame show, again brought to you in part by Irie Insurance, as both teams are making their way off the court as we get ready for the opening tap at the top of the hour here at 6 o'clock. I'm Chase Miller, courtside with Bryce Laxdal joining us here. Also Joey Hughes again, running the camera high up top. Also going on yourliveevent.com tonight, Region 2 tournament. Grafton and Four Winds Minnewacan, 2.5 left to play in the first quarter. Four Winds Minnewacan leads it by 6, 14-8, and if that score holds true, taking a look at the latest media poll that came out, that would be either the 2 or the 3 seed. The number 2 or the 3 team in the state will not be making their way to a state qualifier and unable to get out of a region tournament. The one team that's ranked here in Region 1, that's Kindred. We'll see them a little bit later on tonight. Bryce, as we kind of go into this particular day, I know from the girls' perspective, you look at Division A and Division B. Division A, Devils Lake played in a state qualifier. They won the state championship. Division B, EKM playing a state qualifier. They went to a state championship but finished as runner-up. So now the old adage is, as much as this third-place game used to not mean anything, this means the world because, hey, at least get to Saturday, and then all your cards are still on the table, a chance to make state, a chance to win state. It has really changed the complexion here of the regional tournaments, particularly from what was the old Class B, now in Division A and Division B, Bryce.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's the best change that they made after they came out with that first draft to the second draft. All you got to do is give yourself a chance to get there. You never know what's going to happen. You know that you're not going to play the same team from your region, so you're not going to play a team that's, if you're playing in that playing game that's beat you within the last week, you're going to get to see somebody else. So, yeah, you want to give yourself that chance, get there, and you never know what's going to happen. You could have a team that someone gets in foul trouble, somebody gets hurt, someone tweaks an ankle, someone's not making shots. There's a ton of different things that can happen if you just give yourself that chance to get to state.
And the one thing when you look at these two particular matchups, Central Cass and Valley City earlier this season, they split. Central Cass won by 3 on December the 12th in Valley. Then Valley won in Castleton by 17 the last time they matched up with. And Valley City got a lot of size to them, right? I mean, they're 6'4", 6'8", 6'2", 6'3", so they're going to be a little bit bigger, as was Kindred back on the semifinals. So what is a matchup early on here in this one, Bryce, that you're looking most forwarding to see from both the coach's hat but also a fan's perspective here tonight?
It's just how you can stop Holzer, what you're going to do, how many guys you can throw at him with Valley City's height and length, and overall they have good size too. They maybe tried to play him straight up and take away some of the other guys. And we were talking about Castleton. Can those other guys step up and knock down some shots? Can Burr stay hot? Can Bachmeyer create off the dribble? Can he be pesky enough on defense to create some points in transition? Those are the two biggest things I'll look for. I like how Valley City can play defense. They can switch 1 through 5 if they want to. They're also similar. Castleton's a little bit more traditional, 1 through 5. They want to give Cole touches every time down the court, where Valley City's got 3 guys that are, they're scoring 13 points every single night. They're a little bit more versatile that way. So it's kind of an intriguing matchup to see who can get going early and who can kind of play with the lead and all those little things that play into a game.
Other games going on out west here will be Region 3 third-place game. South Prairie Max against Botno, the championship, the number 1 and 2 seed in the region, and Stanley and Delac Burlington. Region 4, you have Killdeer against Standing Rock, the 6th seed, and then in the championship, it's 1 and 2 as well with Beulah and Shiloh Christian. So not a lot of, I guess you could say, in terms of upsets, so to speak, so far, Bryce. So does that surprise you, or kind of what you saw throughout the regular season as where we are right now? There still could be 1 or 2 teams, for example, if Beulah were to lose, then they lose in a state qualifier. That's another top 5 team that doesn't get here. But if they win tonight, they automatically make their way to state, more than likely a top 4 seed once you get to next week on Thursday.
I would say it's kind of played out how you thought it would. I think the biggest surprise so far would be Thompson winning on Tuesday night, beating Grafton. I think, Thompson's a great team. They got a ton of size. You can't overlook them, and they got great athletes. But I think that kind of surprised a lot of people so far. I'd say that's the biggest one. Carson Harry for Botno is the all-time leading scorer. He can really score. I saw him play a lot in the AAU circuit the last few summers. So it'd be awesome if he could get to state and teams could see him. And we always see Shiloh and Beulah there, the same names every year. I think you can almost pencil them into a state qualifying game every year, even in the new class. But I think just with this new class, the competition is better night in and night out, and I think that's what makes it fun.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll get to our coaches' conversation. We'll get to our Dakota Bank keys to victory. That and more still to come. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show here today from the Shield Center. The Ringneck is the perfect stop for lunch or dinner in Leonard, North Dakota. They have a wide variety menu from burgers, wraps, steak, chicken, and seafood. For that small-town family-owned dining experience, check out the Ringneck today. To place an order ahead of time for takeout, call 701-645-2461. That's 701-645-2461. For more information and daily food specials, search the Ringneck on Facebook. That's the Ringneck in Leonard.
My name is Tyler Zahn, and I am a network assistant at ReadyTech. I graduated high school in 2019, and while I was there, I got to take some great classes from Southeast Region Career and Tech Center.
We're dedicated to really making sure that our students have the best IT services available, and ReadyTech has really been a great partner in making that happen.
Together, we are opening doors for students in Southeast North Dakota, just like they opened the doors for me.
Say goodbye to boring birthday parties and corporate events and say hello to a supercharged celebration at the Empire Sports Complex in Fargo with their epic bounce houses that's guaranteed to have your guests jumping for joy at the Empire Sports Complex. Their bounce houses are the ultimate party starter, but don't wait too long to book. Go online now to empirefargo.org. That's empirefargo.org or call 701-318-4161 for your next birthday party or corporate event. The Empire Sports Complex in Fargo. On our Irie Insurance pregame show here today, it's game number 1 of 2 for the final day of the Division A Region 1 Boys Basketball Tournament. Valley City going up against, in this one, for the third place contest against Central Cass. Jim McDaniel here, head coach for the Highliners. And Jim, 2 games on this floor. What have you liked best about your 2 wins with Lisbon and a very tight game that came right down the wire by 3 points in the loss against Huskies? But what have you liked best in the 2 games so far here this week here, Jim?
Well, I think the first night we shot better, which is kind of odd, where normally coming into the shack, you're going to struggle maybe shooting the first night and then the second night. So I'm hoping we shoot well tonight. We're going to need to shoot well tonight. But I like that the guys get a chance to compete in a tournament like this. You know, being in the EDC all those years, I like how we've played. I thought we've played hard. I like the atmosphere. It's really been fun for the guys.
As you take a look at your opponent here with Central Cass, I guess what's going to stand out as a challenge here later tonight here, Jim?
Well, stopping Holzer is going to be tough. I mean, you know, they're used to playing in big games like this. So that's going to be a challenge for us because tradition for them, year after year, they're playing in a game just like this. And it's pretty new for our guys, so.
And the one guy that has his 18th birthday, we'd be remiss to not talk about a senior here in Carson Eggert. He's had a couple of really nice games here. What have you liked best about Carson's play, though, just overall this season as kind of being one of those senior leaders here this year?
Yeah, he's been a great leader on the floor. He's long, you know, he's tall for our point guard. He goes to the basket well. He can jump, plays pretty good defense. Yeah, he's been huge for us, and if he's scoring, we seem to play a little bit better if he's in the scoring column, especially early in the game.
For 32 minutes of basketball, what must Valley City do to try to come back here 48 hours from now, roughly, and play in a state qualifier?
We got to rebound. We got to our defense. I think we got to play a little better defense than maybe we did the other night. I mean we held Wahpeton to fewer points than they're maybe used to, but I thought we let some things get away. And then we got to make some easy baskets. We let some go the other night against Wahpeton. We missed some point blankers. We can't have that tonight. So. Every aspect of the game's got to be top notch tonight.
Jim, thanks much for your time and best of luck here this evening.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Then again, Coach McDaniel here for the Valley City Highlanders will continue on our pregame show after this.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
For a top-notch car wash experience, head to Fast Lane Car Wash, situated next to the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo. They treat every vehicle with the same respect and care as their own, ensuring that your car is in good hands from pre-wash preparation to hand-dry finish. Check out the Fast Lane Car Wash on the west side of the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo and spruce up your ride with interior detailing, buff, and wax at the Fast Lane with Thomas, weekdays from 9 to 2. Call 701-799-8226 to schedule an appointment.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Joining us now from the Central Cast Squirrels, that is Matt Norman, the head coach for Central Cast, as they tangle with the Valley City Highlanders here for the Region 1 tournament. And Matt, you got to get to a game like this here. Let's talk about your opponent first before we recap that Kindred game and talk about some of your guys. Valley City, third time you played them here this season. What's going to be a challenge the third time around against a Jim McDaniel Highlander team?
Just their length and athleticism. We really struggled with that in the first game. We were lucky enough to kind of sneak one out. We didn't do a very nice job defending them in our second game. They got a lot of looks from three and they shot it well. And part of that's just their athleticism, being able to create some advantages there. And so we've got to really do a good job defensively, not only in a half court, but also stopping their transition.
I remember on Monday you talked about you want to see your effort from your team all week. Cole Holzer brought that up on Monday after getting the win, saying the effort was good, a really good effort, even though it comes up short against Kindred 48 hours ago. Ultimately, though, for 2 games here at the Shack, what do you like most about your squad here, Matt?
Honestly, I think it might be effort. They're really resilient here in the last couple games. We're not super thrilled that we lost to Kindred, but it was a great game. And they're a great team. They're super long and super athletic, just like I said about Valley City. And so being able to defend them the way in which they did, we got out-rebounded, but it was only by 2. In reflecting on it, I was really proud of just how willing they were to dive for 50-50 balls, make sure that we eliminated some of those second chance points. And so we got to build on that. We got to do an even better job of that tonight.
What is Carter Verkota as that senior, a guy who can score 20, but a guy who can get 10 rebounds and 10 steals just as well and not have to score to impact the game? What has Carter brought to the squad this season as a senior?
Verch is unreal. He's just a genuine kid. He's got great hands and good instincts. And like you mentioned, he did a good job rebounding in the last couple of games. He also obviously has scored a ton of points for us over his career. And so we just love having him on the roster, and we're excited to watch him play tonight.
When you look at the matchup here, is it an Agert? Is it Heck? What's the one-on-one matchup in terms of the game within the game here, Matt, from a coach's point of view that you're kind of looking at to say, if we can minimize this or slow them down, where does that kind of start with the Highlanders in your club here tonight?
That's a tough ask, to be honest. I watched both of their games here and a couple games prior, obviously, and Heck has done such a nice job. And so we want to eliminate some of his extra touches. He does a good job of getting himself open in space, especially looked at the Lisbon game where he starts the tournament off and just shoots really, really well. And so we got to make sure that we got to get a hand in his face often.
Matt, as always, good to see you. Best of luck here tonight.
I appreciate it, man.
And again, Matt Norman, head coach of the Central Cass Squirrels, will continue after this from the Shield Center.
When it comes to your next outdoor project, let the team at Turf Tamers take care of you.
Turf Tamers provides the professional services and is your one-stop shop for turning your dirt yard into a beautiful oasis. When you choose Turf Tamers, you can trust that your outdoor spaces are in the hands of skilled professionals who truly care about creating beautiful landscapes. For a quote or more information, go online to turftamersfargo.com. That's turftamersfargo.com.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 109 Main Street in Hunter.
The Jacobson Red Angus Annual Bull Sale, Thursday, March 21st at the ranch near Hitterdall, Minnesota. New exciting genetics, 65 of the region's highest quality Red Angus bulls, 20 elite registered heifers, and 5 replacement bred heifers. The sale broadcast on DV Auction. Request a catalog today. Email gjrangus@feltontel.net or call 701-361-3189. Jacobson Red Angus and Partners, Rivers Edge Cattle Company, Prairie Red Angus Annual Bull Sale, Thursday, March 21st. Visit jacobsonredangus.com.
As we come back again on our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. A reminder, the broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of the Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. After the conclusion of this game, we will get to the championship. That'll feature the Kinder Vikings and the Wahpeton Huskies. I'm Chase Miller alongside Bryce Laxdal and Joey Hughes. Let's get to our keys to victory, brought to you in part by Dakota Bank. Plan for the future, build your net worth, and protect your family at Dakota Bank. They provide services from banking, insurance, mortgage, and wealth management. To find a location near you, go to dakotabank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, trust and insurance, not FDIC insured. Bryce, as you take a look at this matchup, I guess from a team standpoint first, what are some of the coach speak isms, but they always come true to a game like this? What is one thing from either a Squirrel or a Highlander perspective that they have to do well here tonight to try to move on to that state qualifier at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon?
Yeah, I think if you're Valley City, you got to handle the nerves, just kind of like Coach McDaniel talked about in his pregame conference there. They haven't played in any big games where they're playing a team that's used to playing these games, every single year. Can they handle that? Can they settle in early? Can they get easy looks early? We always tell our guys, especially playing in the shack, let's get some layups first before we start, shooting from the outside. See the ball go in a few times. And then I think how they're going to handle Holzer is obviously going to be huge. That's any time any team plays Castleton, you got to be able to figure out some game plan for him, whether it works or not. You got to have a plan going in. And I think, if you're Castleton, you have Holzer, he's going to get you some, but can you get some other guys going and see some of those other guys see the ball go through the hole early, get some easy looks, maybe somebody come off the bench and somebody step up. Maybe Lorenz comes in and knocks down a three and kind of fires up the crowd, or Cruchet gets a big steal, something like that. I'd look for one of those other guys to make a big play that could be the difference in the game.
Is tempo between these two teams? You've scouted, you've watched film. Is tempo going to be a thing? Because sometimes we talk about games where, a team likes to get up and down and get 70, 80 points, while the other team likes to, really minimize it half court, kind of like the Dave Richmond NDSU style that we've known accustomed to know and love a little bit on this court, where they, from a high school standpoint, high 40s, low 50s will win you a lot of games. Is that something that we're going to see from either of these teams, an up and down kind of a pace?
I think if anybody wanted to push it, Valley City would rather push it. I think they have a few more guys that have proven themselves to be better scorers throughout the year. If you were Castleton, they might look to slow it down a little bit more and get Holzer a touch every single time, something like that. But I think early on it'll be kind of feeling each other out. How are they going to guard each other? How are they going to guard screens? That sort of thing. But I think that if one team wanted to run, it'd be Valley City would be a little bit more looking to get up and down.
That, again, is our keys to victory, brought to you in part by Dakota Bank. Member FDIC. Go to dakotabank.com. That's dakotabank.com. Last thing, Bryce, before we get to a break and get ready for our starting lineups and the opening tip here. Most intriguing matchup tonight, A or B across the state. I know there's a ton of games. Double A's going on right now. North finally gets the East a win with a 80-75 win over Century on the boys' side. But between everything that's going on across the state of North Dakota, what is the most intriguing matchup across the state here on this Thursday night?
I think a lot of people would say the game that's going on right now, 4 wins in Grafton, is probably the most watched game. But for me, it's, one of my best friends tonight is coaching in the region championship, North Border and North Star. So I'm kind of pulling a little bit for North Border. I can't wait to get home and rewatch that game tonight. So for me, I'm going to be looking for that score and see if North Border can pull off an upset.
And if the loser of that game will be making their way to the Shields Center, and then you got EKM or Ellendale, and I don't think a lot of people wanted to see an EKM sitting there potentially, Bryce, and rightfully so. Sargent County, Lemoore, Letchmarion, those are 2 really good teams. I don't know if anybody from the B side in the northern end of the state wants to see any of those teams. And Ellendale, don't sleep on the Cardinals either.
No, and when you're talking about Sargent County, I think they could be playing in this game right now if they were still on the old B. That's how good those guys are. Lemoore, too. Muslin's been hot all year. He's having a great senior season. And, the younger Theologist coach is just like his dad. You can tell he's learned from one of the best around the state. And that'll be a really fun game to watch and to rewatch. It'll be on Beck there. And they're just, the excitement with the 3 class, there's a lot more games every night, and it's been a little bit more competitive night in, night out, and now especially tournament time. It's been really fun to watch.
Update for you from Mayville at the half. It's Grafton up over 4 wins Minnewacan 36-28. If that score holds, 4 wins Minnewacan won't make state and won't make a state qualifier, and flip it the other way if 4 wins comes back and defeats the Grafton Spoilers. We'll keep you apprised of that going on. Also going on later tonight in Region 2, you'll have the championship Thompson and the Devils Lake Firebirds. Later tonight here from the Shields Center, it'll be the championship between the Kinder Vikings and alongside the Wahpeton Huskies. That does it for our pregame show, again brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve at Irie Insurance. They cover it all from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote. Started today. When we come back after this, it's the starting lineups and the opening tip for the final night of the Division A Region 1 Boys Basketball Tournament. Then we'll get to the state qualifiers. That'll be on Saturday. Our coverage of the state qualifiers begins at 12:30. First game at 1 and 3 on the A side. Then the B side will be at 5 and 7. This is the Region 1 Boys Basketball Tournament from the Shields Center. Starting lineups and the opening tip. That is next.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
As a farmer, I have thousands of more mouths to feed than the average person. What fuels me to get the job done? The smell of the soil and the hum of the combine. What fuels my equipment? Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, a premium diesel fuel for the most challenging conditions. Better than any formula yet, delivering maximum uptime every time. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
For farm fuel and lubricants, call Rob at Pearly Community Co-op, 218-861-6802.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Red River Valley Speedway.
Racing runs May through August. For more details, visit redrivervalleyspeedway.com.
As we get you ready for the starting lineups, brought to you in part by the Empire Sports Complex. Calling all sports fans, head on over to Fargo's Empire Sports Complex. For the Central Cass Squirrels, they'll roll like this. Starting is Chase Bachmeyer, a 6-foot senior in the backcourt. Also a Carter Verkota, 11 points away from 1,000, the 6'1 senior guard. You'll have from there Cole Holzer. Holzer, a 6'7 senior forward. Also in the starting lineup will be Carter Maggio, a 6'4 senior forward, and Eli Boer, the 6'2 senior guard. So Bachmeyer, Verkota, Holzer, Maggio, and Eli Boer. Central Cass head coach by Matt Norman with a mark of 10 wins, 13 losses on the season, averaging 62 points per game while defensively giving up 63. As we turn our attention now to the Valley City Highlanders. The Highlanders will roll like this in the starting lineup this evening. Carson Eggert, happy 18th birthday, Carson Eggert. Thanks to Paul McDonald for the shout out there. The 6'4 senior guard. Bryson Heck, the 6'3 junior guard. Carver Peterson, the 6'4 senior forward. Zach Sikora, the 6'2 senior, and Talon Larson, the 6'6 senior center. So Eggert, Heck, Peterson, Sikora, and Larson. Valley City head coach by Jim McDaniel with a mark of 10 wins and 11 losses on the season, averaging 62 points per game while defensively giving up 58 points per contest. That is our starting lineups, brought to you in part by the Empire Sports Complex. Looking to throw an unforgettable birthday bash? Look no farther than the Empire Sports Complex with their bounce houses. If you're looking for one-on-one coaching to personalized gym sessions, check it all at Empire Sports Complex. That's empirefargo.org. Officials here tonight: Jake Schleck, Justin Payne, and Adam Grant. I'm Chase Miller alongside Bryce Laxdal courtside. Joey Hughes running the camera. Let's get you ready for 2 more games of basketball here from the Shield Center. Dustin Payne will put this one up on a Thursday night at 6:03 in the third place game, where a win-or-go home game, however you look at it, is underway. Valley City in their white uniforms will match up man pressure defense. The Squirrels are in their red uniforms. Bachmeyer guarded by Eggert. Bounce pass. This will go inside to Holzer. Holzer muscling his way inside for Peterson for 2. Opening 2 points on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard goes to the number 4 seed going up against the 3-seeded Highlanders. Left-handed side, Eggert finding it to Heck. Eggert gets the ball back here. Driving kick, Sikora wants the lead 3. That'll be off the rim. Rebound to Holzer. Holzer in the front court now for Central Cass. Little hesitation on Peterson, gets tripped up, able to save it though, as this one works in out of Verkota. Left-handed side to Eli. Boer, Sikora able to hedge on that screen. Verkota dribble, pullback, tough shot, but got it to go. Carter Verkota, 9 away from 1,000.
Tough shot, 2 good sets there by Castle in their first round. They were a little flex screen to get an ISO for Holzer, and then Verkota knocked down a nice shot off the dribble.
Ball will go on the baseline here for Sikora. Sikora here, left-handed side now to Carson Eggert. Leaves it left wing, and Eggert, there's a birthday present. He's able to bury one for the left-hand side. So Carson Eggert and the Highliners back within 1. Valley City trying to hedge. Bounce pass goes to Maggio. Maggio on the inside. Tough shot, can't get it to go. Rebound to Sikora.
Another good look for Central Cass. 3 looks right at the rim.
Right-handed side, this one will go to Carson Eggert, left wing now to Heck. Heck leads the team with 57 three-pointers on the season. This will go on the interior to Larson. Larson, double team comes, but Larson got it to go. Talon Larson, no points yesterday, but had 11 against Lisbon. If he gets going, Valley City becomes ever more dangerous.
Yeah, he can definitely be an X factor for them down low. Got some great size. He's got a nice touch around the rim, too.
Verkota, top of the key. Couple hard dribbles now to the baseline. Posting up as Holzer. Boer, reverse it now to Maggio. Maggio up and over on the pass. This goes to Holzer, back to Maggio. That's how you give and go.
Such a great passer off the top, and a great cut by Maggio.
Maggio with the assist. With the 2 points, give Holzer there the assist. Heck, the other side, guarded by Bachmeyer. Heck gets the shot off on the baseline, can't get it. Inadvertent elbow coming here, and then we'll get a media timeout as Bachmeyer will come out. And Bryce, those are tough ones, right? You kind of rip it through as a offensive player with the defender there, and Chase Bachmeyer just got the elbow there of Heck as they will sub out of the game immediately here for Bachmeyer.
Yeah, it was definitely inadvertent. It's kind of one of those things, Bachmeyer, the way he plays defense, he puts his nose in there. He's a great defender. He's pesky, and you kind of put yourself in a vulnerable situation every once in a while. It looks like he'll be okay, but he definitely took an elbow.
Yeah, kind of looking at that mouth to the nose area. We did a game a few weeks ago. Jonah Harstead from Barnes County North got a 90% chip on his tooth that he lost in a contest. They eventually won that game, but that was, again, very similar play, just an inadvertent two bodies colliding a little bit here. And speaking of colliding, not as physical, but a foul will be on Valley City as this one will go against Dieterle, who just checked in his first, team's first, and Verkota goes to the free throw line.
And Dieterle checked in there. They're looking at Heck over on the Valley City sideline, too.
So free throw attempt is up and in as Verkota gets the free throw attempt. And right now, Heck kind of getting that arm wrapped up a little bit around that right elbow.
I think that's where he got Bachmeyer.
Free throw attempt number 2 for Verkota is up, and this one will be off the iron. Rebound, though, comes down to Dieterle. Up the other side of the floor, Valley City and Central Cass, two teams both settling in nicely to this third place game. Ball will go left-handed side on the interiors. Larson, Holzer's there, and Holzer gets a tie-up, and the error will stay with Valley City. And Bryce, sometimes we talk about the opening 3-4 minutes of a game can really be the difference of an outcome, but both of these teams have done a nice job getting some shots, as you kind of alluded to our keys to victory, and kind of just working within themselves in the opening couple minutes.
Yep, it's huge to get off to a good start and see something go through the hoop early, and everybody kind of settles down after that. The longer you go without scoring, the more pressure it seems to put on everybody.
Eggert, right-handed side is Sikora. Sikora leaves it now to Peterson. Peterson on the interior goes Dieterle. Dieterle spinning his way, and there's going to be a traveling violation here on Dieterle. First turnover of the game for the Highliners as Heck will check back into the game on the aforementioned Dieterle.
Dieterle's come a long way this whole season. It's been fun to watch him develop. He's going to fill a big role for Valley City inside next year.
1-4 set. Holzer left wing takes the ball screen. They go underneath it. Holzer three-pointer short. Rebound to Eggert.
I think that's a shot that you're okay giving up every time down the court. Holzer's definitely able to knock down shots, but he's definitely less effective, shooting from the outside off the dribble than he is getting post touch and finishing around inside every possession.
Bryson Heck will head to the free throw line, a 65% free throw shooter. The foul comes across on Colton Crochet, his first and the team's first, and we'll have a free throw attempt upcoming here for Heck, and that'll rattle out. So Heck back into the game. Chase Bachmeyer not, as he was getting attended to here for the Squirrels.
You can see a little bit of blood on Heck's arm there. I don't see Bachmeyer on the bench anymore.
Heck goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. First free throw attempts here for for Valley City. Both teams 1 of 2 from the stripe early. Verkota left-handed side with the basketball. Looks for the pass, finds one to the right block to Holzer, and then we'll see a foul on the floor. That was one heck of a pass for Verkota, going from the left wing to the right block, and a foul will be charged here on Peterson.
They'll run that a lot, especially not from that same set, but that same look where you're getting somebody that's trying so hard to deny him. They'll do that backdoor slip where you're fronting him and you get caught, and he's so good at catching the ball. He's great hand-eye coordination. He's so smooth.
First turnover of the game for Central Cass. The Highlanders looking to regain the lead now with the made field goal. Right-handed side, this one will go three-pointer for Eggert. Trying to get another one short. Rebound to Cole Holzer, his second. Holzer near sideline now to Maggio. Maggio finds it to Crochet to the baseline here to Eli. Bloor looking for a three. He has the green light to shoot those. Holzer right down Main Street off the window. Can't get it to go. And a board to Eggert. Zakora in the front court. Zakora gives it now to Eggert. Eggert ripping it through, hanging off the window, in and out, no good. Board by Larson. He still comes up with it. Now it's a three for Peterson. Got it to go. Carver Peterson with his second made three-pointer of the tournament. And if there wasn't a net there, Bryce, you wouldn't have known it went in. It was so pure.
It barely even moved the net when it did go through.
Verkota making his way, looking for a teammate to Holzer. Holzer on the left baseline, jab step. Cole making a couple hard dribbles, looking for the step and rip off the window. No rebound here on the backside, and the Highlanders will come up with it with Eggert. Eggert nearly lost it as he gives it now to Heck, and the Highlanders got numbers. Heck, Peterson, three-pointer again for the Highlanders. It was halfway down, and a board of Verkota. Carter, the other side of the floor. Verkota with a head of steam on Heck. Shot maybe got partially deflected, and Sikora will come up with it.
I think when you talked about pace earlier, right now they're playing at a pace that Valley City would much rather play at. You know, the Castlin seems like they're kind of settling for some shots rather than getting that post touch every time down the court.
Speaking of a post touch, Eggert gives it to Larson and got it to go. Larson now has 4. Timeout on the floor. We're back after this.
This is your livelihood, and success requires a seed partner that's just as committed as you are. Just like you, we're farmers first, so our values are rooted just as deep and our goals are just as strong. Our team is ready to hit your fields, so no matter what each growing season brings, we'll get through it together. It's who we are. Thunderseed, first in the field.
High school basketball here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. Time on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. At iBankNorth.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. It's values-based banking. They take community to heart, helping customers achieve their financial goals. So 11-7 in favor of Valley City. Timeout for Matt Norman. We'll see what the Squirrels draw up here offensively. If there is one thing that might favor Central Cass as this game went on, that was before Chase Bachmeyer leaving the contest. You might have said depth here for Central Cass as Crochet gives it to Runk. Back to Crochet. Tic-tac and toe for 2.
Nice play, nice give and go by a couple of guys coming off the bench. That's huge.
As Bachmeyer returns to the bench now for Central Cass. Here we go, Eggert, right-handed side Zakora. He's open, he'll shoot three-pointer, no rebound. Eggert, though, Eggert muscling his way on Runk, tries to throw it off of him. Saved here by Heck, and now it's going to be a wraparound to Peterson. He'll rise, shoot, and off the backboard. Carver Peterson, that's his second three. I'm not sure if he called it, Bryce.
Yeah, I don't think that had the trajectory after hand that he wanted it to, but it worked out.
Verkota, shot no. Rebound, though, for Runk. Saves it now on the interior to Maggio. Slip pass to Brody. Extra pass, and this will go into the front row. So Central Cass will utilize the basketball as Eli Boer will check back in. And good to see Chase Bachmeyer on the bench, but that's the one thing here, Bryce, as this game continues. Not that Central Cass goes 10 deep by any stretch, but they're a little deeper than what Valley City kind of wants to play in case foul trouble or those heavy legs come in the second half.
Yeah, you know, Castleton has the ability to play 8, where Valley City is really, they're only going to play 6. Potentially 7 with Matson.
Holzer, top of the key. Going behind the back, Cole looking for a teammate. Right-hand side, Eli. Board to the baseline here as this will be a right pocket 3 for Verkota. No. Board here to the Highlanders to Eggert, his 4th of the contest. Sikora trying to make it a 3-possession game for Valley City. Heck wants to do so. He'll shoot three-pointer long. Rebound to Holzer. Holzer gets his 3rd board of the game. Central Cass trying to make it a 1-possession game in their own right here with a quality look. Verkota, ball screen coming, gives it to Holzer. Holzer from the college range 3, got it to go. Cole Holzer, his 4th 3 of the tournament.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to defend the screen like that. They trailed over and had sent a lot of help to the middle, and you can't let Holzer catch and shoot with his feet set like that. He's going to knock that down.
Zakora left-handed side. Good deed there by Crochet to wall off Heck on the baseline prior to that, as this one will now go to Eggert. Eggert with the basketball. Bounce pass across the way to Larson. Good for 2.
Nice look.
That's twice that Talon Larson's had point-blank opportunities, and the Highlanders have cashed in. Something that Jim McDaniel said in the pregame, we have to make those point-blank shots. They missed a handful of them against Wappington that cost them. 7 seconds, not a 6. Holzer, right-handed side foul, and that's not the worst thing for the Highliners, as that'll allow them to reset. But it is 2 on Peterson, and that'll be the team's 3rd.
And he's been the primary guard on Holzer so far this first quarter.
Bachmeyer, good to see Chase back on the floor here. Again, he left in the opening couple minutes of this first quarter. 4.9 for the Squirrels to work with on the inbounds. Vercoda gives it. Holzer got Dieterle up in the air, but Dieterle blocks it. Here goes inside. Tip trying to get it, and Brody Runk just didn't realize where he was in terms of the game time, and that's how we'll end our first quarter play. Entertaining 8 minutes. It's the Highlanders up by 4 on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop, and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial, and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
As we come back here on YourLiveEvent.com, on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhbanknd.com. It's the 3rd game of the season between these two who split. They won at each other's home court. So what does neutral court have in store? And there's a turnover. Larson able to get the steal. Chase Miller, Bryce Laxdal, Joey Hughes in you on this Thursday evening. Valley City going interior to Dieterle. Good little slip there by Holzer to get the batted ball. Eventually to Eli Board out of Cole. Cole crossing over. Cole into the paint. Cole with a teardrop. Can't get it. Rebound though for Vercoda. His second. Vercoda baseline and he gets fouled. Heck will get called for the foul. Vercoda will head to the free throw line where he's 1 of 2 so far here today.
That's a tough break for Valley City. The air ball shot is such a hard shot to box out and get a rebound off, and it kind of fell right into Vercoda's hand, and before he knew it, the Heck was out of position, had to foul.
Those are some of the things that Vercoda just does extremely well. And there's a lot of teams that have certain players that just understand the game and where to be at certain times. And it seems like Vercoda, Bryce, if you're watching film, he always seems to be at the right place at the right time.
Such a high basketball IQ, and he plays with such great pace. He knows when to slow down, when to speed up, and how to get open and how to create space. He's a great player. You can tell he's only 11 away from 1,000 going into this game.
As right now, he's now 6 away from that plateau. Valley City up by 2, right-handed side. This will go to Eggert. Eggert bounce passes. This will go to Heck off the window. Can't get it to go. Rebound Dieterle on the interior, and Dieterle muscles it away. Back to top of the key for the Highliners. Valley City, Eggert bounce pass on the inside, and we'll see a jump ball, and the arrow will stay Highliner basketball.
Valley City's size giving Castleton a little bit of problem on the offensive glass there. They're getting a lot of rebounds and kickouts.
One thing that Matt Norman talked about on Monday was he wanted to see his team have effort this week, and they did it on Monday, they did it on Tuesday, but right now the Highliners getting some point-blank looks in their own right for another 2 points. Talon Larson, he's been the difference maker with 8. Holzer, three-pointer, no. Rebound, well, off of Vercoda. This will go to Eggert, his 5th board. Eggert one-on-one. Eggert looking for the step-through, and there's going to be a foul. Bachmeyer or Boer was there. They'll give it to Chase. His first, team's first, and all of a sudden the Valley City Highliners, Bryce, yes, they've hit threes. They've hit 3 of them, but Talon Larson averages 7.8 points per game, already at that. Again, 11 points against the Broncos, 0 against Wahpeton, and right now he has been a force on the inside for the Highlanders.
Yeah, he's carried him early, and Sikora hasn't scored yet, but he's been looking to facilitate a little bit more right now, and he's given some really good looks down into the post.
Second free throw attempt for Eggert is up, and it's good. He's got 5. The Highlanders lead it by 6. Near sideline, as this one will be in the hands of Vercoda. Leaves it now to Eli. Boer back to Carter. Carter, couple hard dribbles, hanging from the baseline. Shot no, rebound out of bounds, and it'll be off of Central Cass. We'll say last touch off of Brody Runk. Make sure you stay tuned to our halftime show, brought to you in part by Cass County Mutual and Tope Insurance. The Highlanders trying to get to a state qualifier. They haven't been to state in over a generation. It's been 2000 since the turn of the century here for Valley City. Trying to get one step closer. Here's Sikora, three-pointer. Well, right on cue, Zach Sikora with a triple.
Yeah, he's too good of a player not to score. He just hasn't been looking to force it yet. He's been letting everybody else involved, and the second you give him a little bit of space, he's just going to knock it down, and he'll give you a couple wraparound post touches pretty soon, too.
There's a wraparound post touch there for Verkota. Dieterle throws it up the floor. It's still loose. Bachmeyer will come up with it. Here's a three-pointer and got it to go. Carter Maggio with a big-time three when the Squirrels kind of needed it here, Bryce, midway through the second quarter.
Well, that's a big play, 50-50 ball on the floor, kind of hustle play. It ends up right in his hands. He knocks it down. Not known for his outside shooting all the time either, but that was huge.
Ball gets tapped out. Here's to Eli, now to Verkota. Verkota at the top of the key here. Verkota right-handed side. Is this will go back to Maggio. Maggio looking for the reversal. This one will go to Runk, right-handed side. Open, shooting Boer, three short. Rebound to Valley City. Carson Eger with his sixth board of the contest. Central Cass looking to jump. Here's a left pocket three for Sikora. No. Rebound, Dieterle, put back off the window. No. Talon Larson gets mugged.
Well, Larson he's having his way down low right now. They got to get Holzer back in there to get some rebounds.
And here's the thing, Kindred is big in their own right, but Valley City is equally just as big. And the one thing that Central Cass did awfully well was minimizing second chance opportunities against the Vikings. But this second quarter, Bryce, Valley City's kind of thrived off second chance opportunities.
No, you're exactly right. And you kind of wonder if, that effort and energy they put in that game on Tuesday, their legs are still a little bit heavy right now. See if they can settle in here. They just got to make sure you put a body on somebody every single time. And, I know when you're tired, it's tough to do, but it's got to be a mental thing there, too, that you're finding somebody every single time you see the shot go up.
Talon Larson goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Highliners lead it by Egert Heck with Peterson and Sikora on the floor for the Highliners. Here goes Egert off the window. Good for 2. How'd you like about that move from Carson?
Just the way you create space and that long Euro and just let the defender go by, and you just kind of hung and finished off the glass. It was just smooth.
On the interior, ball out of bounds. It'll be a turnover for the Squirrels. And for Matt Norman, you don't want to have to burn timeouts here. But if Valley City maybe gets another quality look, they get up by 12. We'll see if Coach Norman might have to burn a timeout to try to stem the tide right now.
Yeah, I think you'd probably see one if they can get a nice look here again. There it is. Nice
Larson will go to the free throw line. And again, if there's something that Valley City has done well, is Holzer will pick up the foul, his first, team's second, 14th foul of the quarter. They've gotten to the free throw line, and they've also gotten post touches here in the second quarter, Bruce.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of getting 2 feet in the paint, and once that help comes from the post, it's been Maggio or Holzer. They've just dumped it down to Larson, and he's been a really big factor for them down low, finishing off the glass and then able to knock down free throws too. And he's just proven that you can't leave him alone because he can score.
Chase Bachmeyer, right-handed set, as this one will go down the hands of Maggio. He'll shoot a right wing three, can't get it. Rebound tapped eventually in the hands of Colton Cruchet. Finds Bachmeyer, can't go as well. Rebound for Maggio. Now it goes to Holzer. Holzer muscling his way inside, off the window, got it to go. Cole Holzer's got 7.
He's been tough.
But on the other side of the floor, does anybody have an answer for Talon Larson with a game-high 12? They go right inside to him. Larson spinning, shot up, shot good.
He's feeling it now. You're turning to your off shoulder down low, shooting that from 10, 15 feet like that. You're feeling pretty confident.
As Matt Norman will take a timeout here. Highliners lead it by 12 late here in the first half.
Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Plus, Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting and paint mixing section for your own do-it-yourself projects. From their grill selection with Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to their customer laser engraving center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
after that timeout here on YourLiveEvent.com. Central Cass working with it on the interior. They go right to Holzer. Can't get it. Rebound here for Holzer. Put back in. He nearly got the and one. But Matt Norman draws up an offensive set. It's a post touch for Holzer. Normally good things happen out of a post touch for Holzer as they will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, it was a good set. You kind of knew where it was going to go, and it doesn't really matter when you got a guy like that. But he looks a little bit gassed right now. Shots are a little bit short, and he's kind of not finishing as well around the rim as he normally does. And usually that's an and one. So maybe get to catch a second wind here pretty soon and finish this half and look for a strong second half from him because they're going to need it here.
Brody Runk will check in as Holzer goes 1 of 2 from the line. Foul on Peterson. That's his third for the Highliners, so he will check out. Eggert left-handed side to Dieterle. 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Heck ripping it through. Heck left elbow gives it now to Dieterle. Right-handed side to Eggert. Rising, shooting, and scoring. Carson Eggert. 7 in the quarter, 10 in the game on his 18th birthday.
Tough to guard when they're all can score like this. It's just 5 guys that can put constant pressure on you.
Holzer will see a foul here. This will be on Dieterle. Jack will pick up his second, and that's the one thing for the Highliners. Again, they don't go awfully deep, so if you get some fouls, quarter as Holzer goes to the line.
I think they're fine throwing a couple guys on him, and honestly, that was pretty good defense. He looked pretty straight up to me. So I think that's fine as long as they just want to make sure that, you're on offense, you're just trying to wear him out. You bring him into screens, you make him defend screens. You're boxing him out every time. You got to find a way to keep going at him.
Valley City, an important 2.5 minutes for both teams, right? Highliners trying to balloon this one to 15, 20 or more, while Central Cass trying to find a way to get it to single digits. Holzer gets the block and then eventually throws it off at Dieterle, and there's a stop. Bryce, how long does it take after a very rivalry kind of a game, a physical kind of a game from the Central Cass perspective? I know it was 48 hours ago, but how long does it really take players to get back to 100% after a game like that?
I think high school guys, you feel pretty good. To be honest, I think that the mental thing right now is tough for them. You're playing Kindred. You've played Kindred. You know Kindred. You know it's going to be a big game. You know this is a big game too, but you're not as used to playing Valley City. Maybe you're not as hyped right away, even though your career is on the line. But it just the energy just seems a little bit different than it did on Tuesday night from Castleton right now.
Little zone defense here by the Squirrels. The Highliners, a 5-0 run would be large to try to get to the half, up by about 17, 18 points. Highliners here for Eggert. Ball screen coming. He'll rise. He'll shoot. 3 will be off the iron. Rebound. Toss it for on the inside, and Sikora will come up with it.
And they just had a ton of offensive rebounds. They're so big and strong.
Eggert, another ball screen. Eggert inside, jumper inside the paint. No. Rebound, Dieterle. Then he lost his balance and gives it right to Carter Moncho. And the Highliners will get it right back as Larson gets a steal. And Jim McDaniel puts both hands up and says, let's run a set. Zakor doesn't care about a set. He wants to get to the paint. Left-handed shot. He got there, just couldn't finish. Rebound to Bachmeyer. And for the Central Cass Squirrels right now, they will utilize it to Holzer.
And get 2 for 1 here if they want it.
Holzer, quick three-pointer off the side of the rim. No. Rebound on the inside. That'll go to Heck. And now the Highlanders could utilize a 2 for 1 potentially here. Heck to Sikora, back to Heck to the right baseline. Ooh. Heck at the right wing, lost it on his way up, and it'll be out of bounds on Valley City. So a little helter-skelter here, Bryce, the last 60 seconds.
I think Jim Bush just kind of took a timeout there to kind of settle him down and get a couple good set plays going and utilize that 2 for 1. Those can be such big possessions because you could add a 2 for 1 in the ball coming out of halftime. That's 3 possessions they're won in a game where they're going to be chasing possessions, it looks like, in the second half.
Verkota can't get it to go as he got his way to the paint, but again, Bryce, it's one thing getting there, but it's contested as well on the same side.
They just have such good length, and you can tell why they did give, Kindred a couple of the closest games anybody in the region gave them.
Valley City left-handed side to Eggert. Eggert on the baseline here. Ball screen coming from Dieterle. Eggert inside the paint. Teardropper good for 2. Carson Eggert just smooth as can be. He's got on this contest now 12. Holzer with 5 seconds. Holzer with 4. Holzer on the baseline. Holzer to the paint. Holzer up and in to beat the horn. And the Central Cass Squirrels get 2 more points before we get to the intermission. On our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, it's Valley City up by 13.
Hi, I'm Doug Johnson, one of the owners here at TCI Insurance. We've been in business since 1985. We're based here in West Fargo and in Wimbledon, North Dakota. We work really hard to give our customers peace of mind and protect what's important to you. Check us out in our West Fargo location, right on the frontage road, across from Costco.
Hi, I'm Stacy. We love working with our crop insurance clients.
I'm Jessie. We have great options for crop hail insurance.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. Check out our website at tciteam.com.
Hi, I'm Molly. We bundle your home and auto.
Hi, I'm Garrett. Let's visit about an umbrella policy.
Hi, I'm Eric. Check out TCI for life and health insurance.
Hello, I'm Leon. We can take care of all your farm insurance.
Hi, I'm Bo. Think of TCI for all your commercial and business insurance.
We look forward to working with you.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
We've got your back. Protecting homes, vehicles, businesses, crops, personal protections, and so much more. Our surface agents answer the phone with a kind of speed and detail that even the Secret Service would envy. Get protected. Get Irie Insurance. Go to IrieInsurance.com for a free quote and consultation.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So we come back now on our halftime show, brought to you in part by Cass County Mutual and Tope Insurance. Get in touch with Ryan at Tope Insurance in Castleton for a quote or review of your policies. Give them a call at 701-347-4045. That again is 701-347-4045. Chase Miller, Bryce Laxdal, Joey Hughes with you here. Bryce, let's take a look at the first half. First quarter, Valley City's up by 4, 16-12, but the Highlanders with a 20-11 point second quarter. Obviously, points in the paint, free throws, rebounds, everything that's coach speak, but came to fruition for 8 minutes of play. What, I guess, impressed you most from the Highlander perspective here in the opening 16 minutes?
Yeah, that's their ability every single time down the court to get a quality shot, and most of those quality shots came from 2 feet in the paint, and a lot of them came from Larson. He's been a huge X factor for them down low. Couple easy finishes and he got going. Then we saw him make a couple tough turnarounds, and he was knocking down shots from the free throw line. I think right now Valley City is getting quality play out of multiple players, where Castleton's still kind of looking for that Robin to go with Holzer right now, because right now he's the only one in double figures. A couple other guys with 5, but they're really struggling to get somebody else going right now.
As what's going to be the adjustments? Obviously, Valley City find if Larson still has a hot hand, obviously, and get some post touches with either him or Dieterle, right? On the opposite side, if you're a Central Cass, how do you try to minimize what Valley City's been able to do, which is, again, getting consistent looks and getting 5-10 footers, consistently if you looked at a shot chart?
Yeah, it'll be tough. You can try to put some pressure full court, maybe throw them off a little bit from their rhythm there. You can try a little bit of a zone. I think offensively they got to try to run one of their double screens to the corner, see if Burr can knock down a three, something like that. See if they can get somebody else going, get this crowd into it. But and maybe they double harder off a ball screen to try to get a couple of steals, something like that, traps, something that they can score in transition easy and see a couple, easy looks go through.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back on our halftime show, brought to you in part by Tope Insurance and Cass County Mutual. We'll take a look at the first half numbers after this here from the Shield Center.
We finally switched to streaming TV, and we saved big without losing out on our favorites. I was worried that I was going to miss out on college and pro sports. But the truth is, you don't need cable to watch sports. And with streaming, everyone wins. Wife still gets her favorite shows, the kids get the best movies, and as a family, we get to watch our favorite team. I mean, my favorite team.
Cut cable and switch to streaming services to watch exactly what you're paying for. ReadyTech Fiber, a greater experience.
Welcome to the Empire. We have open gym times and 2 full courts with 6 basketball hoops. Court rentals are available. You can even host your own tournaments. Memberships are available. The Emperor's Club. Hone your skills and improve your game. Basketball and volleyball training classes are available now. The Empire, Fargo's newest sports complex.
Ahead of schedule, the 620 has landed. The new versatile 620 tractor is now on the lot at Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada. Talk to Chuck and wheel and deal. This is at 2023 pricing, big discounts, huge savings. Make your purchase now. Save thousands of dollars on the new versatile 620 tractor. It's on the lot at Ziegler Ag Equipment. You can check it out today. Ziegler.
So give us a call and we can help you overcome those simple obstacles. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
High school basketball here on YourLiveEvent.com as we continue to come back here on Your Live Event. Again, halftime show brought to you in part by Cass County Mutual. Go to CassCountyMutual.com to find an agent near you, and also Tope Insurance. As fingers crossed, everything is good to rock and roll here. Chase Miller alongside with Bryce Laxdal as we have the last halftime again with Central Cass and Valley City as we are back in action here between these two clubs. This one will go on the inside. Holzer will rip it through on the baseline off the window. Good for 2, and the Central Cass Squirrels immediately get right on the board here in this second half.
Notice that Dieterle is here starting the second half, and Peterson's on the bench.
As the other side goes it to Bachmeyer. There's going to be a foul as Bachmeyer will head to the free throw line, and 2 possessions in. Central Cass going right down inside the paint, very similar to what Valley City did, Bryce, on this particular hoop in the first half.
Yeah, kind of a change in pace, change in energy, and it kind of, they were the first ones out of the halftime. Sometimes as a coach, you can go in there, you guys can kind of look right at your team and tell them, hey, this is on you guys. You got to pick it up. You got to play some energy, some effort, some heart. And sometimes that's all you need to do.
Free throw attempt for Bachmeyer. I want to be off the mark, and all of a sudden now for the Central Cass Squirrels, Bachmeyer goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Nearly a almost make-it free throw attempt as he's a 80% free throw shooter on the season. Sikora up top to Bryson Heck as this one will go now left-handed side of Dieterle. Dieterle back to Heck here. Heck dribbling his way inside the paint. Heck spinning, probing, looking, bounce pass. Oh, what a find to Dieterle. Can't finish. Rebound, though. Larson over the contested Holzer and a foul. Holzer will pick up his second. That'll be the team's first of this contest. Talon Larson, again, the way that he's been playing right now is probably going to be the Enbridge Energy player of the game, the way that he's been performing, and he hits another free throw now with 15 points.
He sure put his mark on this game. From the get-go, he's been the dominant inside force.
Free throw attempt number 2. Larson can't get it. Rebound for Sikora. Sikora with his 5th board. Sikora to the baseline as this one will go to the right wing, and now it'll be in the hands of Valley City to Eggert. Eggert here top of the key to Sikora. Sikora will utilize it inside the paint. Block shot by Holzer, and Holzer goes to the other side of the floor for Central Cass. Cole Holzer making his way. Here's Heck, and this is going to be a offensive or blocking, and they will call it an offensive foul here on Holzer, his third.
It's a big call and a big, nice take by Heck.
So Heck kind of saw Holzer kind of barreling at him, and I know the old flop thing has been talked about here. Bryce trying to minimize it. I'm not saying that Bryce didn't by any stretch flop, but I know their Central Cass fans will maybe say, hey, maybe he gave a little bit, but that has obviously been an emphasized role even at the high school game in the last couple of years.
Yep, it's been a point of contention for all of our coaches meetings. We kind of talk about it all the time, and it was a great take, and then you know that when you're down like that, you're going to be kind of forcing the issue a little bit, and he did a good job of taking it.
Vercota's shot can't get it to go over. Heck, who got back defensively, but an offensive board for Carter Maggio as this will go now to Holzer. Holzer, top of the key, three-pointer off the side of the rim, and Talon Larson gets his 5th board of the game. Highliners with Carson Eggert will utilize it here. Eggert at the right wing, looking his way on the interior. Good shot there for Carson Eggert. Lane kind of opened up, and Carson had a layup.
You're still kind of seeing after the first couple of possessions here now, Valley City settled back in, and they're just getting point touch after point touch, and or paint touch after paint touch, and it's just been. There's a nice three by Vercota on the other side, but Castletons have to work a lot more for their points again in the second half than Valley City has for theirs in the first.
Carter Vercota now 3 points away from 1,000 in his career, but more importantly, the Squirrels are back within 11. There's a steal. Vercota finds it up the other side of the floor now to Holzer. Holzer, but good hands and good D by Heck. It's still loose. Heck gives it out to Sikora. It's a 2-on-1 up the floor to Larson. Right short corner, Larson right-handed side as this one will go to the baseline. Eggert lost it out of bounds, and it will stay Highliner basketball. So for Valley City, Carver Peterson will check in. Well, for Central Cass, Brody Runk will check in here for the Central Cass Squirrels.
A lot more energy here so far the second half on both teams. You can see that Castleton is making a concerted effort to get up and down the court right now.
As this one will go the other side of the floor now for Valley City. This will go on the baseline to Heck, as this one will be out of bounds, and it will be Valley City basketball. So 4:56 remaining here in the third quarter. The Highliners lead it by 11. Valley City right-handed side to Eggert. Eggert gives it to Heck, right baseline three, open bucket. Bryson Heck with the triple. He's got 4. His first field goal of the game. Other side now as this will go left in inside Vercota. Vercota spinning his way. Vercota on the inside, shot up and shot good. Carter Vercota now with 10. He's 1 away from 1,000. But it's the Highliners who lead it by 12. Sikora inside the paint, shot up, no rebound to Carter. Vercota in transition now for the Squirrels. Carter Vercota left-handed dribble hard to the paint. Carter Vercota left-handed layup, and he's got 1,000. Carter Vercota went right to the 10, and he's got 1,001 points now here for the Central Cass Squirrels, and a timeout on the floor. 4:13 remaining in the third quarter. Carter Vercota, welcome to the 1,000-point club from the 6'1 senior guard.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Time on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. Go to ibanknorth.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. They're a proud community supporter of their rural communities that they serve. Again, go to ibanknorth.com. So after the timeout here by the Valley City Highliners, they will have the timeout. They'll have 4 remaining, and they will have a steal. Eli Boer will come up with it. Central Cass Squirrels trying to mount a comeback here in this third quarter. Bachmeyer driving kick. This would help. Runk 3. That'll go long. Rebound to Manjo.
You can kind of feel the momentum swing a little bit right now.
Vercota follows his own shot, gets the board again. Vercota spinning his way. Double team comes. Runk cutting to the baseline. Slip Bachmeyer. Bachmeyer throwing it up. No, and a rebound to Eggert. Eggert with the rebound here in the front court. Pops it past to Peterson.
Wow.
Oh, what a find.
Wow. That's a big swing.
That was a touch finesse pass by Eggert to Peterson. That was the old alley-oop, just without the oop, just with a kiss. Maggio inside off the window, good for 2.
Good ball fake, straight downhill to his right hand.
What does a cradle rock do for you, Bryce, as a basketball player? That's what it does right there. It lets you score.
That space, that jab, that was nice.
Peterson near sideline will handle it here. Peterson left-handed side to Sikora. Sikora at the left wing gives it back up top to Heck. Heck top of the key three off the front iron, but got the shooter's roll to go. Bryson Heck, his second triple of the quarter, and a timeout for Matt Norman. And just like that, the Highlanders are back up by 13. A short timeout on the floor in our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Manage what you can to overcome what you cannot. Farming is all about preparing your operation to be successful when given an opportunity. Invest a few minutes and bring in your seed meters to be reconditioned and calibrated. We have some room, so give us a call and we can help you overcome those simple obstacles. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
On our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, share their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhbanknd.com. So the Grafton Spoilers are making their way to the state qualifier here after picking up a victory earlier today over the Four Winds Minnewacan Indians. Also New Rockford Cheyenne over Langdon area and more Munich. 40-38. Rockets defeat Langdon. This one will go off the mark. Rebound comes down, and this will be out of bounds, and eventually it will be in the hands of Central Cass. So Matt Norman with the timeout with 2 remaining here, and this is a dangerous part of the game from a Central Cass perspective. Bryce, you don't want to balloon this lead anymore with just 8 minutes left remaining plus what you got in the third.
Yeah, it's kind of double-edged sword. You don't want to go into the fourth quarter, no timeouts, but it's not going to matter if the game isn't close enough for you to use them anyway. So he had to use one, and he got a really good look, the look that he wanted. He got Holzer a post touch down low. Then Valley City just did a really good job of defending it. You know, when Castleton was able to go on their run, it was Verkota that was kind of facilitating. I think they got to look to get him going too.
Colton Crochet will check into the contest now. Our officials, Jake Schlecht alongside Dustin Payne and Adam Grant. Left-handed side here, Sikora. Sikora will utilize it at the top of the key as he makes his way right-handed side out of Peterson. Peterson back to Sikora. Sikora, a little hesitation dribble out of bounds on the baseline, and it will be off of Central Cass. Two teams split in the regular season where it was 55-52 Squirrels on the 12th of December in Valley, but Valley City won 59-42 on February 6th in Central Cass. Dieterle ripped through no. Rebound to Holzer. Holzer the other side of the floor to Eli Boer. Finds a trailing runk to the top of the key. Holzer probing, spinning. Holzer lost it, regains possession. Shot up in the future. Cobra gets 2 points.
So this is first of the second half. Oh, he had 11.
Cole Holzer now with 15, but they've been hard-earned points in the second half.
Yeah, he said to work for him.
This will go to Peterson. Central Cass back with an 11. Valley City gives it to Dieterle. Dieterle at the high post, right-handed side. Now we'll go back up top to Eggert. Eggert to the right wing to Dieterle. Dieterle, and this will be a reach and foul or a jump. They're going to call a foul on Verkota. Central Cass, it'll be their third of the quarter. Valley Cities, they have 2. Verkota will pick up his first of the game. Highliners, we'll see this one here to the right-handed side of Sikora. Sikora at the right wing. Sikora with it. Gives it to Larson. Larson shot off the side of the backboard. Good for 2. Talon Larson, his first field goal of the third quarter, but he's got 17 big points.
And they've just made an effort to go right at him inside every possession. Hats off to them because they came in with a game plan and they've done a great job executing it.
Brody Runk with the putback. Good for 2 here for Brody. 3 rebounds, 2 points after the miss by Holzer. And here's kind of that proverbial hill right now for Central Cass. It's about this 10, 11 points here, Bryce.
Hey, I feel it. We felt it on Monday. You got to find a way to get a couple stops and score on a timeout. But when guys are making tough shots like that, even that downhill off balance to your weak hand, you're normally okay giving that up, and they just seem to have an answer for everything.
Carson Eggert now with 16. Runk lost it, and it will be off of his left foot and a turnover here for Central Cass. And the question is for the Squirrels, down by 13. As you mentioned, they have to find just ways to continue to get some defensive stand for about 3 minutes in a row and then see if they can get some offense going in their own right.
Yeah, there's plenty of time left here. They don't need to force anything. Valley City is going to sit on here and get a good shot, which is fine. You just got to dig deep and get a stop. And try to only go down in the fourth quarter down by 13. There's a ton of possessions left. You don't need to force anything and let the crowd get you going.
Agert lost it on the way up, and there's a foul. Question was in the act of shooting or on the floor. And this one will be 2 shots. So Runk will get called for the foul, his first, team's fourth, and 2 free throws here for Carson Agert. Agert, a 66% free throw shooter here on the season. Free throw attempt is up and it's in, and the Highlanders, they've cashed in at the free throw line here tonight. They're currently now 9 of 11 from the stripe.
They've been solid. They've just been really well-rounded, complete game so far tonight. Everybody's contributed. They played great defense. They've attacked it to the paint downhill. It's been a really well-executed game plan by Valley City.
Up by 15. Verkota utilizes it now to Maggio. Back to Verkota with 3. Verkota making his way to the paint, gets the shot up and got it to go. Verkota got it to go for 2. What a move by Carter Verkota, as he now has 15 points. Timeout on the floor as we go to the fourth quarter. It's on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Highlanders lead it by 13.
The Northern Cass School District believes that every learner can change the world. That's why they provide a world-class education. Northern Cass will commit to purposely build trust, develop authentic relationships, and engage in innovative practices which will empower learners to be choice-ready. Northern Cass is dedicated and passionate about relationships, teaching and learning, self-reflection, acknowledging greatness, and support of the community. For more information, go online to northerncasschool.org. That's northerncasschool.org.
It's the most prestigious, challenging rep warning tour on dirt. The most wanted, baddest outlaws, and the most powerful late models on the planet. The world of outlaws, Case Late Models.
For the first time ever, World of Outlaws at Norman County Raceway on Saturday, June 29th.
As we get ready for the fourth quarter of play, it's 53-40 Valley City right now over Central Cass, as they have made their way for the final 8 minutes here of this one. Highliners right-handed side to Agert. Agert bounce pass. This goes to Larson. This time, though, Eli Boer was there to get the steal. Other side, Holzer to Runk. Runk, block shot, Dieterle.
Wow. Dieterle
came out of nowhere. Holzer will handle it, puts it up, can't get it to go, and Agert clears the miss, and a foul here on Central Cass. What a block shot by Dieterle.
He timed that up really nice. You can see him kind of gather his steps and just elevate and pin it right off the glass.
Foul will be on Brody Runk. That'll be his third, team's first, the fourth, and Sikora right to the paint for 2. Zach Sikora's got 5, and here's the question, Bryce. Down by 15 with over 7 minutes to play. What do the Squirrels have in their back pocket? Verkota spinning. Well, this will help. Gets the end one. Heck will pick up the foul. Bryson will pick up his second, team's first, but as much as they need quality offensive looks, is going to have to start defensively for Central Cass.
Yeah, they're going to have to figure something out, because right now Valley City is getting downhill every single possession, and the last couple possessions, the inbound and the right out of bounds right there, they're doing it in transition. Valley City, or not, Casston's not turning around and setting up their defense.
Verkota trying to make it, and here's been the hill to climb, right? That 13, that 10, that 11 points for Central Cass in the second half. Free throw attempt is up and good. Verkota with 18 points. Squirrels a little full court token pressure defense as they're going to come out and trap. Agert, front court now for the Highliners. Crossing over, guarded by Bachmeyer, making his way on the baseline, slips it to Core to Heck, top of the key, 3 on the way, and can't get the shooter's roll, but a putback, and Dieterle gets fouled. Verkota with his second, team's second of the fourth quarter, and that could potentially be our Arctic Enterprises feature precision play of the game, Bryce, is the offensive rebounds here for Valley City.
Yeah, they're starting to mount up, and right now Verkota has been the go-to guy in the second half, but they got to start getting some stops here.
Dieterle free throw attempt is up and in.
Valley City's not missing any free throws.
As Dieterle right now, the 6'7" senior, gets his first point of the game, but he has 7 rebounds. Free throw attempt number 2 is up. That'll go long. Rebound here to Holzer. Cole Holzer working on a double-double kind of a performance. That's his season average at 21 and 11. Holzer right-handed side Verkota. Verkota takes the ball screen open. Time to shoot. Launches a three. That'll go long. Rebound here to Eggert. He gets doubled. Eggert, it's still loose. Coming up with it. Maggio off the window for two.
Nice hustle by Maggio.
So Eggert gets the rebound but loses it. Bachmeier now gets a steal. Bachmeier to Holzer. Holzer gets the shot up, blocked by Dieterle, now to Verkota. Verkota left wing, he'll shoot the three. That'll go off the iron and a foul, and this will be...
And you can just tell Valley City the way they're walling up, that was part of the game plan. They're just brick walling down low so hard on Holzer's shoulder that he wants to turn to. They've done a great job defending him down low. He wants to spin, he wants to slip to the hoop, and they've just been there.
Carter Maggio will get tabbed with the foul, his first. That'll be the third one on Central Cass. Only one more to give before it's the bonus here for the Highliners. How does that rule change the game here this season, Bryce, with 2 fouls instead of the 1-and-1 this season?
It takes away a lot of the kind of the game planning at the end of the game. So you want to go about fouling if you want to be aggressive at the end, and you know you still got 3 chances that they can shoot the 1-and-1, that they got to make one to earn one. The little bit of pressure is off of the free throw shooter now when they know they're automatically getting 2 at the end of the game.
Carson Eggert gets called for the offensive foul, much to the chagrin of the Valley City Highliner bench and the assistant coaching staff right there with that offensive foul going to the paint. So again, back to 11. Boer. Bachmeier spills. Sikora trying to get through that screen. This will go Holzer. Holzer left wing 3. That'll be short off the iron, and a rebound eventually to Eggert. Other side of the floor, stolen away by Boer. Boer with the pass, finds it to Holzer. Holzer up and in for 2.
They need a timeout, I think, if you're Valley City. They got to settle down here a little bit.
And that is exactly what they're going to do. 5:46 remaining here in the fourth quarter. That lead trimmed to single digits for the last 5 minutes and 46 seconds.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsborough, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank. Strong bank, strong communities.
One thing that Jim McDaniel said in our pregame show, Central Cass has been here before. They've used to big games, right? They're used to this type of a situation. The defending state champs. Now it's the Highlanders trying to close out the defending Class B state champs and put them to bed. Well, for the Central Cass Squirrels, what kind of run do they got in them here for the final 5 minutes?
You got to be careful right now if you're Valley City setting these screens, because Castleton's chasing hard, and they're just a hip check away from an illegal screen. You can tell they really turned it up defensively this possession.
Eggert inside. Well, there's going to be the steal. Bachmeier goes the other side of the floor, and for the Highlanders, a couple of possessions in a row of turnovers. Bachmeier left-handed side, an and one or a 3 would make it a 2-possession game. Holzer nearly gets the and one. And you can just feel Uncle Mo has went to the team clad in red right now in the last minute and a half.
Yes, they have. It has really turned it up. You can kind of see a little bit of that playoff experience kind of kick in right now, almost like this season. They kind of turned it on at the end of the season right now with their careers on the line, right? There's a lot of seniors on this team. They've kind of turned it up again here in the last quarter, the last 5 minutes.
Peterson picks up the foul, his 4th. Holzer unable to hit the free throws, however. Eggert gets doubled, finds it now to Larson, up the floor to Heck. Heck, the other side, bounce pass, takes 2 bounces to get there to Sikora. And now if you're the Highlanders, hey, maybe this is the calming collective breath here on this possession.
No, you don't need to force anything. If you get a layup, you take it. Otherwise, you just work it and get a good shot after 10 seconds.
Sikora, couple of dribbles. Sikora in the paint, 13-footer off the iron rebound here. Carter Verkota and Larson battling for it, and we'll see this one a foul. Talon Larson and Verkota. And Larson had the right arm into the lower back of Verkota. They were both going after it, but where Larson was on the floor, Verkota had the better position, and by the time Larson had the extension, Verkota hit the deck, and that'll be a foul on Talon. So the Highlanders now will have their last foul to give before it's Central Cass with the bonus on the other side now.
There's a lot of talking going on. I'm surprised. It's getting intense right now. It's fun basketball.
This is what the third place game now means in the 3-division system. But Verkota misses. Rebound. Oh, here goes Boer off a who. Eventually, friendly fire and a foul here on Verkota. Unfortunate there because Boer got it, but then it went off Carter right to heck. Foul will be assessed on Central Cass. Verkota, his third, team's fourth. And Bryce, this is not how a third-place game would have been played before. Now, all of a sudden, your season on the line, it makes this game even more ever-intriguing and maybe more intriguing than possibly the championship in some cases.
Yep, no, I agree. It used to be played more like the Hawley Castleton game was played a few weeks ago, but this is intense. This is back and forth. You can every call, every shot, every rebound, everything is critical, and you're seeing a lot of. And the fun thing about this game is both of these teams have a ton of seniors.
Yep.
And you can just tell that they're leaving it all out there right now. It's really fun to watch.
At the free throw line, going to be Carson Eggert, first free throw of the quarter here for Valley City. But in this second half, the Highlanders have shot 7 free throws, and they made 5 of them so far with what we'll have here as Verkota checks out with those 4 personal fouls as Colton Cruchet will come on to play some big moments here for Central Cass. And Eggert, calm, cool, and delivered. Now with 20 points on his 18th birthday.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see Verkota sit long. I think it's just a reset. You got 4 fouls. We need you to play smart, still be aggressive, and get back out there and get it done.
Left-handed side making their way. This will go to Boer. Boer gives it to Bachmeyer. Bachmeyer. Hard dribble. Bachmeyer driving kick to Cruchet. Cruchet making his way looking for Holzer. They hedge on Holzer. Ball gets deflected. Eventually it's still loose. And then we'll see a foul as Larson will hit the deck. Colton Cruchet went after the loose ball. He'll pick up the foul, his second. And now all of a sudden, if you're Valley City, if you can hit your free throws, you're one step away from trying to make a state tournament for the first time since the turn of the century in 2000.
The Terrys.
Tyrone Terry, the senior, Mr. Basketball that year. He had Jeff Boschee in 98. The Highlanders there for a few years. Yeah, I know South and Grafton used to be in the EDC, and, you know, you talked about the Grand Forks schools, but it was kind of Valley City that Highlanders a lot of people wanted to see.
Yeah, they were a walk-in highlight show there for a long time.
Free throw attempt for Larson. First is good. Second is good as well. Talon now with 19 points. And the Highlanders are up by 13. Central Cass, Verkota. Verkota finds it left-handed side to Maggio. Back to Verkota. Verkota with the pass to Holzer on the inside. Holzer making his way. Shot up. Can't get it. Rebound gets deflected. Verkota will come up with it. Verkota making his way inside. Looks to slip pass. And this is just kind of how the game has been, where it's been a little, if you want to say, sloppy at times for Central Cass. But the Highlanders, give credit to where credit's due, Bryce. Defensively, they put a hand on a lot of contested shots tonight.
I think they've done a really good job down low, making everything difficult for Castleton. Even the shots that they've made, they've been well defended. You can just tell that a lot of legs are tired down low, shots are short, that sort of thing. You're not seeing the same type of finishes that you saw the first 2 days of this tournament.
Carson Eggert with a monster and one here for Valley City. They're averaging 62 points per game on the season. They're at it right now. The foul will get assessed here on the Central Cass Squirrels, and Carter Verkota will finish over 1,000 career points and trying to soak it all in. He gets 60 seconds. Carter is hoping that this isn't the last time that he's going to talk it over with Matt Norman. A big bear hug there across the far sideline with Matt, and the realization of potentially an end of a career and a season. That's the toughest things once you get to these games, as Matt Norman wants to take a timeout and let his team regroup itself. Down by 15. There's still time, but Central Cass needs everything to go their way moving forward, and Eggert will have a chance for an and one when we return.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Time on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. At Bank North, they take community to heart, helping customers achieve their financial goals while supporting and improving the great rural communities that they serve. They're more than just a bank. Bank North is a community partner that you can always count on. It's values-based banking. To learn more, visit ibanknorth.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. 62-47. Highliners, I don't want to say this game is out of reach, but Valley City, Bryce, by no means. All that they need to do again is hit free throws, and the Highlanders will be heading to a state qualifier. Free throw attempt is off the mark, and 50-50 fall. Larson will get called for the foul, and Holzer will head to the free throw line, go on the other side. So Talon will pick up his second.
That's the last thing you want to do is to let, Castleton get some opportunities here to score with the clock stopped. You just want to get back, give up on that dead ball. I know it's hard to say, but just let them have it and let them score. Got to go 90 feet and run that clock as much as possible.
I haven't seen too many upsets in this tournament, and this is a 3-4 matchup, and the 3 seed is leading right now against the 4 seed. Holzer buries the free throw. You could argue Central Cass, even in a loss against Kinder, probably played their most complete game of the season. Holzer trying to get an extra possession, misses, and already at the 3-minute mark, Holzer trying to see if he can catch Valley City napping a little bit there, as it'll be free throws now for the Highlanders. As Holzer will pick up his fourth, and 2 free throws again for the birthday boy and Carson Agert. Agert 6 of 7 from the free throw line as the Highlanders lead it by 14 points. Might be the longest 3 minutes and 7 seconds from a Valley City point of view here, Bryce.
Probably the longest in the last 23 years, that's for sure.
I was going back through the record books, 2015-16, the farthest that I found. Valley City never won a EDC play-in game, a quarterfinal game, nothing. Until this year was their first postseason victory, again, in nearly a decade, once they defeated Lisbon. Now they're trying to make it 2 in a week and get one step closer to trying to find their way to the Fargo Dome a week from tonight. Bachmeyer, inside, shot up, no. Ball gets deflected out of bounds. And that's the one thing, too. Bachmeyer took that inadvertent elbow by Heck on that just rip through. He came out of the game. And since at that point, not saying Central Cass wasn't, already getting a little disrupted by Valley City's defense, but Bryce, that kind of just maybe threw a little wrench or threw them off rhythm a little bit there early in the game.
Yeah, right away when you lose your point guard, that's, going to be drawing one of the tougher defensive assignments and just throws you off guard when you got to put somebody in there right away. It kind of knocked him out of the system a little bit.
As the Highlanders inbound it here with Peterson, as they do, they give it now to Agert, back to Peterson at the top of the key, and the Highlanders will be more than content to milk off as much time on each particular possession here. Sikora gives it. Peterson, oh, what a oop.
Nice pass.
We've seen 2 passes in the second half of that little alley-oop for 2. That one, Peterson's the beneficiary. Bachmeyer, there's a foul on Agert. He'll pick up his third. Chase Bachmeyer will head to the free throw line for the 3rd and 4th time tonight of his season. And all of a sudden you start looking at the seniors again for both of these teams. Valley City with 6 seniors for the Central Cass. They have 6 seniors in their own right. And for Central Cass, these seniors, a lot of them part of that state championship run a year ago. They played different roles. Some were starters, some were off the bench, but they definitely left their imprint on Central Cass Squirrel basketball. Free throw attempt number 2 is off, and the rebound comes down to Peterson. Zach Sikora gives it to Peterson, finds it now to Agert. Agert will slow it up here for Valley City. Left-handed side to Peterson. As Central Cass going to have to chase the game here at the 2-minute mark, trailing it by 17. Right-handed side goes Heck. Heck will see it here on the baseline, bounce pass. Valley City content again to understand the time and situation. Minimize possessions. That's what the Highlanders are trying to do. Agert inside the paint. Agert left-handed, scoop and score. Carson Agert now with 25. Maggio top of the key. Left-handed side out of the top to Holzer. Holzer cutting his way. Holzer left-handed shot. No, put back good for 2. And a timeout here for Matt Norman. Cole Holzer now will have 20 points for Central Cass. 93 seconds remaining in this one. We're back after this here on your live event.
Mission Court Independent Living at Benedictine Living Community offers independent living, giving you a comfortable lifestyle and freedom to do what you like while leaving chores behind. The monthly rent includes housekeeping, 3 daily meals, transportation, social and recreational programs, plus spiritual care and on-site worship services. Call 218-784-5250 to learn more and schedule a tour. And you can save $1,000 with our move-in special. Benedictine Living Community of Ada, recognized for quality care.
On our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, share their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhbanknd.com. A reminder, stay tuned to our Petro Stopping Center's post-game show. We'll get the plaque of the third-place team. We'll hear from a particular winner of this one. Then we'll get you ready for the championship. That and more still to come once we get to the conclusion of this one. Plus, we'll have the all-region team, the senior athlete of the year, and the coach of the year as well. It's all still to come here on your live event. The Valley City Highlanders currently with the advantage right now as they're trying to take down the Central Cass Squirrels. Sikora, backcourt, got to get it over before a 10 call does. Finds it with Peterson, leaves it to Larson. And Larson and Eggert again, kind of the 1A and 1B here in this one. Eggert with 25 points, Larson with 19. That's 44 of Valley City's 67. And if he would have probably talked to Jim McDaniel and said Talon Larson would have 14 points in the first half, I'm guessing he would have been very, very happy from a Highlander perspective.
Yeah, he would have had a big smile, and Larson kind of carried him in the first half, and Eggert has absolutely dominated the second half on both ends. You know, even his passing, his scoring, he's just been really a big-time difference maker.
Zakora misses the free throw and the second. Rebound comes down to Carter Maggio. Now it's to Bachmeyer. Bachmeyer in the front court here for Central Cass. Bachmeyer making his way left wing open. He'll rise three. Got it. Chase Bachmeyer with his first field goal of the contest. Central Cass back within 14, but the question is it a little too late now for Central Cass as Bachmeyer picks up the foul. Free throws again for Eggert coming. The Central Cass Squirrel team, 10 wins, 13 losses on the season. For Valley City, 10-11. Free throw opportunity as the Highlanders trying to go 2-1 against the Squirrels this year as well. And Carson Eggert buries the free throw. And for Matt Norman, he's going to unload the bench. Chase Bachmeyer, Cole Holzer as a senior, Carter Maggio and Eli Boer will all come out one last time as seniors with Jace Narum as well. The Central Cass faithful on their feet with a round of applause for those respective seniors. As the Valley City Highlanders also will unload the bench. They're faithful on their feet as they will come out one more time here for Valley City with Eggert to the free throw line and trying to get to another point on his night where he's got 26. He'll miss. Rebound comes down to Central Cass, and it is now all but a formality here as Easton Holland leaves it left and inside to Thompson. That's Jake back to the top of the key. This will go on the right-handed side for Central Cass with Peterson for a moment. Now to Holland, making its way left and inside to Pavlicek. Now to Thompson. Thompson leaves it left and inside. Pavlicek jumper, no rebound here for Valley City with Mike and Madsen. When I hear his name, I think of Mike and the Mad Dog a little bit for that particular radio in it. Valley City will make one more substitution. Tegan Zahn will check in. Bryce, what can you say about this Central Cass seniors, though? Again, as we mentioned, they left their thumbprint on Central Cass history being part of that 26-0 campaign a season ago.
Yeah, I feel bad for Coach Norman and you know, just losing a group of guys like that is tough. It hurts that the last game you'll ever get to coach him, last game to have him. But you know, he's got that state championship, and he's had another good postseason run here. He's done a really good job coaching those guys up. But it's always tough when you take the floor for the last time with a group of guys like that.
Burnson, right-handed side for Valley City. The Highlanders give it to Dieterle. Left-handed side, three-pointer on the way for Valley City. Shots me off the mark by Meyer. Rebound comes down to the Central Cass Squirrels. Brody Kegley. Kegley up the floor, right-handed side for Central Cass. Now to Pavlicek. Pavlicek, he'll shoot the three-pointer. That'll rattle in and out, no good. And the Valley City Highlanders are making their way to a state qualifier. Valley City advances to Saturday with a 68-53 win over the Central Cass Squirrels. Coming up, we'll get to our post-game show brought to you in part by the Petro Stopping Center. Again, your final here in this one, 68-53 for the Valley City Highlanders. They will play at 3 o'clock. That'll be on Saturday against either Devils Lake or Thompson. So the 3 seed advances from this tournament. They will have a quick award presentation here, and then we will hear from a particular player. That's all coming up here on our Petro Stopping Center's post-game show here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Meet Blake, the messiest 4-year-old on the planet. He's no ordinary durability tester. Meet SmartStrand, no ordinary carpet. With all pet protection, it's the softest, most durable, easiest to clean carpet on the planet. When Blake's barn got a comfy makeover, SmartStrand came clean, even went up against a 2-ton rhino.
Here over the Central Cass Squirrels, and they will be making their way to the 3 o'clock game as they will take a quick photo. Then from that, we will get to some of the particulars in this one. The Petro Stopping Centers, just 45th Street and I-94 in Fargo. They've got you covered around the clock every day of the week with a wide selection of food, spring gear, and gas for your ride. The Petro Stopping Centers, check them out again just off 45th Street and I-94 in Fargo. It's now time to get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. The birthday boy, Carson Eggert, finishes in this one. Start tallying him up again. 26 points on the night here for the 6'4" senior guard, Carson Eggert. And alongside with Talon Larson with his 19 points are our Enbridge Energy Players of the Game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Again, a couple of seniors with Carson Eggert and Talon Larson here for the Valley City Highliners. Our Arctic Enterprises feature precision play of the contest, the offensive rebounds here for Valley City, the second chance points, particularly there in the second and third quarter. Arctic Enterprises with locations in Hillsborough and Drayton for precision planting updates, information, questions, and more. Contact Arctic Enterprises at planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com. The offensive rebounds and second chance points here for the Valley City Highliners is our Arctic Enterprises feature precision play of the contest. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll hear from the birthday boy himself, Carson Eggert, next here on your live event. At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator. Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels! As we come back, join us here from the Valley City Highlanders. He is Carson Eggert with 26 points on his 18th birthday. Pretty good birthday right there for you, Carson. But first things first, what did you guys do well in that second quarter? Second chance, rebounds defensively. How did you disrupt Central Cass and kind of play with the lead for the entirety of that second half here, Carson?
I felt like we just shut them down and tried to get most points as we could and just keep the lead.
You know, Talon Larson got going early, 14 first-half points. What was it like when you saw the big fella spin on the paint there and hit that, fade-away jumper early on in the contest?
It's pretty good when he's on, so, yeah.
And for you here, Carson, moving forward, what does it mean for this team to be, 40 hours away from getting to your ultimate goal, which is a state tournament? What does it mean for the Highlanders here this season?
It means a lot because we haven't been in these situations a lot since we've been AA, so feels good to get one of these games.
What was working for you offensively? You got to the free throw line, obviously a ton in the fourth quarter with them chasing the game, but what worked for you in that second quarter where you had 9 points at a three? What kind of turned the page for you in that second 8 minutes here, Carson?
I felt like just driving and getting my teammates points and passing it to Talon and just driving and finishing.
Is this one of the better birthday presents you've ever had for 18 years, or there's something kind of that overdoes this one a little bit, Carson?
No, I think this one's pretty good.
What do you hope, last thing for you, to take from this particular outcome moving forward to, who knows who you're going to play, obviously, Thompson or Devils Lake, but what do you hope to take from this particular game to Saturday afternoon?
We just need to play good D, and then I think we'll have a good game.
Carson, congratulations on the win, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
And again, Carson Eggert will continue after this here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
Hey growers, when working on your water management solutions, call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we come back here on our post-game show, brought to you in part by the Petro Stopping Centers. Petro Stopping Centers, just off 45th Street and I-94 in Fargo. Take a look at the final numbers here in this one. Valley City, 26 points of Carson Eggert, the 19 points of Talon Larson, 10 on the way for Carver Peterson, 7 for Bryson Heck, 5 points for Zach Sikora, and a point for Jack Dieterle. For the Central Cass Squirrels, 20 points for Cole Holzer, and playing in his final game for Central Cass. Congratulations to Carter Verkota now with 1,000, and alongside of that, 6 points in his career. Carter Verkota with 17 points goes over the 1,000 career point plateau. 9 points for Carter Monjo, 3 for Bachmeyer, 2 for Brody Runk, and 2 for Colton Cruchet. Yeah, Bachmeyer, Carter Verkota, Jace Narum, Cole Holzer, Carter Monjo, and Eli Boer here for Central Cass playing their final game as seniors. The Central Cass Squirrels will fall to 10 wins and 14 losses on the season. Valley City now 11-11 on the year, and they will open up the state qualifiers going up against the 2 seed from Region 2 at 3 o'clock. That'll be on Saturday. So Grafton will play at 1 against the loser of our next contest of Wahpeton and Kindred. And then from there, Valley City will play the loser of the game that's currently going on between Devils Lake and Thompson. On behalf of Bryce Laxdal, Joey Hughes, I'm Chase Miller. That does it for our Petro Stopping Center's post-game show. The championship between Kindred and Wahpeton is next here on your LiveEvent.com.